only God has. B. Omnipresence. John 14:23. We, my Father and I, will come to him and make our home with him. Here, Jesus claimed to be present with all believers at once. Only God can do this. C. Omnipotence. John 14:14. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it. Here, Jesus claimed to have the power to act on every prayer. A mere creature cannot claim these things. So the idea that Jesus suddenly said he is less in essence in verse 28 contradicts everything he said in the context of the chapter. That shows greater in verse 28 cannot mean greater in nature essence. Note, Jesus claimed that all these omnis will only be available to him when he's returned back to his Father in heaven, in verse 12, because I go unto my Father. John 17:5 explains exactly what Jesus meant. This verse is the key. Glorify me with the glory I had with you before the world was. This verse tells us two things. Jesus shared the same eternal, divine glory as the Father. He laid aside, not lost, the external expression of that glory during his earthly life. This is exactly what Paul teaches. In Philippians 6, being very nature God, emptied himself, taking the form of a servant. So while on earth, the Father remained enthroned in heavenly glory, and Jesus walked the earth in servant form. Therefore, on earth, the Father had a higher position, not a higher nature. That is precisely why Jesus said, "My Father is greater than I," meaning greater in position while I am in a humbled state, not greater in essence or being. 5. The disciples should rejoice because Jesus is returning to his original divine glory, as seen in verse 28. This also fits perfectly with the flow of the passage. Jesus' logic. Don't be sad I'm leaving, because I am returning to the Father. When I return, I regain the glory I had before the world existed. John 17:5. Meaning, because my exaltation is returning. He's not saying I'm not God. He's saying, when I return, the glory I set aside will be restored. Conclusion.